more than 199, like whatever. I don't want your fucking couch money. I could literally have 73 viewers on a different channel within less than 2 months easily, without even really doing too much. Really wouldn't be hard to get it to that number. That's not a big number, to be honest. And you guys can't chat. You guys have already fell off. You know that affects it affects the show, right? And not in a positive way. Because when we go live, we're asking for your communication. We don't get it. They can't communicate. No one in here can communicate. Why would I want to continue this? Anyone in their right mind would say, yeah, it's time to take the content to where it is appreciated. No one can communicate, but if this were on a different channel, believe me, the communication factor would be a little bit higher. I tell you that right now. I'm going to where my talents are appreciated. It's really that simple. And wherever that is where we go. It's that simple. I'm going to where my talent can be appreciated. And the time that I put into what I do can be recognized. That's what we're doing. We're not feeding the fantasy of whatever this is in here. This very odd and peculiar and cringe, whatever the fuck this is. Like, we're just done with this era, so. They are using your channels to get their channels going and blaming you. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's not, I've known that for a long time now. Duh, that's why I'm stopping producing content. You see how that works? We're not going to produce content over here anymore. Because there's no point. I already said once people stop supporting the show, we're done. And we'll take it somewhere else. And, you know, if it takes us a long time to rebuild it, then so be it. I don't care. It'll be a fun journey. I'm not giving people a platform to springboard off of because they're emotionally unstable. So they come in here and they bounce off of it, and then they can rebound elsewhere by saying Michael's a loser, so they can bait donos and become grifters themselves. And it's funny because the people that are supporting that don't even know that they're getting worked, because you're being emotionally manipulated. Because they know that's how they're going to make money, because they can't make money off of their own content. So they're going to say Michael's trash, Michael's a loser, so they can bait donos, and the people that are giving them the donos don't even see through that fucking grift. See, that's the work, and they don't understand that. So yeah, we're done. I mean, we're done. It's not hard. Because the communication factor in here is non-existent. So I was done after Cyberpunk, to be honest. That was it for me. Okay, well, you know, we exposed the biggest game in the fucking world, and very, very few people credited it, or you know, we should have hit 100K subscribers within that little time frame right there. To be honest. The whole Cyberpunk thing should have been the big moment. And, you know, it's like, okay, we had like 2 streams where they had like 1,000 viewers concurrent, and it's like, oh, that's good, but not really. I mean, I've seen way better. Yeah, they're clout chasers. They're opportunists. No one's going to call out their bullshit because, well, you know, I guess they either can't see through that, or they don't want to see through that, or they just don't care. But I never once got a shout out on this channel. This whole show was built from the ground up, from scratch. I set the camera up. I configured it in OBS. I did all the work, all of it. Without me, none of this would even. Let's just put it that way. So, and that's not me putting myself over. It's just like those are the facts. You take your car to a mechanic because the mechanic knows how to fix it. You take your car to a mechanic because the mechanic knows how to fix it. That's not putting the mechanic over and saying, well, the mechanic has an ego. That's just saying, well, the mechanic knows what he's doing. It's the same thing with me. Not everyone knows how to stream, believe me. So if they're not in this world, they have no idea how to do it. And, the fact that you guys can't communicate with me, and I know why. It's not because you don't want to. I know the reason, and I know you won't say why. You don't have to, because I already know why. But it has nothing to do with me. I understand. I totally get why you don't want to communicate. But there's nothing I can do in here to fix that, really, to be honest. There's literally no solution. So that's why we'll take the content elsewhere, and we won't be sharing where it's at. We won't be sharing what it is, and that's it. So it's really that simple. I'm ready to go and put some energy into content and make some great content. And I'm not saying we're ending the streams over here. We'll do this like we've been doing, but you're not getting new videos. You're not getting, unless there's breaking news on a certain game. There's no point. There's no point. It's really that simple. So, I was going to quit streaming in 2020. I had the whole damn thing written out and saying that, we're done in 2020, literally. I was about ready to press the thing to send it out and say, hey guys, we're done. I don't think it's kind of in our best interest to continue streaming. And this was in 2020. But for some reason, we just stuck it out. So even back then, we were basically throwing in the towel. Not because we really wanted to, but because it was just not something that just wasn't something that seemed really all that good of an idea. So, streaming invites a lot of I don't know how to describe it. I'm not going to try and be Dr. Phil, but there's a certain audience that streaming kind of welcomes in, whether you want it or not. So that maybe wouldn't be as prominent with regular videos. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, we wanted to talk about GTA 6 for a couple of weeks there. And it was clear that the conversation just couldn't, the whole chat was just anything but GTA 6. And it's like, well, I literally cannot talk about this. No one wants to talk about it. But when it's a relevant discussion to have in about a year or so from now, then everyone and their grandma will have an opinion about it, but they won't have that opinion now for some reason. So what do they need? A new trailer to show them what? More garbage? How is that going to strengthen your opinion on something? Sure, it'll show you some new stuff, but it's not going to have definitive. You're not going to get definitive answers with trailer 2. So I'm not sure why you're waiting to have an opinion on the game when trailer 2 is just going to be about as vague as trailer 1. So I'm not really sure why people can't figure that out. Well, we're going to probably wrap this up soon. Been live for 66 minutes. It's plenty of time for you guys to figure it out. And we couldn't figure it out tonight, so maybe tomorrow night we can figure it out. That's what I say every night, but that's a lost cause in here, so. The Trump speech isn't on until, and I could be wrong on this, but I don't think the Trump speech is on until like 10 Eastern, so. I mean, unless that was something else, that's what the fucking news said. So it's not on until late. That's really late, actually. January 1st, 2025. Would you be surprised? It's not releasing then, bud. Yeah, that would be amazing, but it ain't happening. So we can get over it and say, okay, yeah, we're done with gaming forever. We'll sell the consoles and be done with it. Really, honestly, that's it. I mean, I've already said that. I've already said it. You know, we're waiting for GTA 6 to see the quality of that, and then once, you know, if it's amazing, then great, we'll play it, we'll enjoy it, we'll say it's the game that we all needed. If it sucks and it's a disappointment, then we'll be like, okay, well, there's nothing left for us here, so we're done. Doesn't mean we'll stop criticizing games and talking about them, because, you know, it's like football. You know, you don't have to play football to criticize it, right? So, just like you don't have to play games to criticize them, really. Because anytime you play a game, no one wants to watch you play it, so that's a genre that's long gone. That's a genre that is long gone, unless you're massive in the space. Like, ain't nobody watching that. I mean, they weren't even watching it back when I tried. No, I'm not doing a gaming stream for 70 viewers. It's not happening. It's not happening. We're not doing a gaming stream for 70 viewers. It's not happening. It's not happening, bud. We'll do it elsewhere. Maybe you'll find it. Maybe you won't. I have no idea. I'm not doing these big streams. I've already did multiple tests with you guys without saying it, and it's just like, you failed. You failed to understand, like, okay, well, like, I don't understand how you think we can just roam around and do all this crazy content because someone donated $5 or $10. Like, well, that ain't gonna get us too far. That won't even get us half in the gas tank. What the fuck? Even a 20. You need about 40 bucks to fill the gas tank up. We ain't making 40 bucks on this. So I don't know where you think we're making content, because it ain't happening, bud. Sure as hell ain't happening. So don't comment in about 2 weeks from now and say, whoa, we missed the streams, we missed the stream. No, you didn't, because you didn't support when they were on. You didn't chat when they were on. So anyone that comments that bullshit will get banned. It's that simple. Because you guys don't want to interact with me when I'm live. So what's the point? Why would I waste my time 69 minutes over here when I could have been making videos and putting them up elsewhere and getting 5,000, 10,000 views? The fuck? It's called utilize your time a little bit smarter and not come out here and walk around. I don't need to be fit. There's no reason to be fit. I don't need to do this anymore. You guys can't communicate. It's a massive problem. I know why you can't, but at the same time, it doesn't help the show. Like, it makes zero sense. You know, you got Akira. He left in 5 minutes. I already knew that was happening. That's why I called him out, because it's like, I see that shit consistently. I don't like it. I don't know why you tune in if you can't be bothered to support. And stick around for longer than 5 minutes. Makes no sense. It's a stream, not a video. You come in here, say hello, and then leave, and it's like, well, I don't get it. So makes no sense. And then you got a different era bitching in the beginning, and, you know, coming in with his $20 super chat basically saying he's done, and that's great. So we can get you up out of here too. I mean, that's not what he said, but that's basically what he said. It's not really hard to figure that one out. They love these departure super chats, like they're petty $5, $10. Oh, I'm leaving. Here's my big red carpet roll up. And it's like, yeah, see you later, bud. No one asked. Well, they're not going to participate. It doesn't matter what you say. They're not going to participate. It's not happening. So, you know, you're the one that has all the ideas. You can't come up with an idea on how to turn this ship around. And it's like, well, I guess we're going down with the ship then. I don't know. For a man that supposedly claims to have a lot of ideas, you're coming up blank here on really any solutions that would be even somewhat worthy. You guys, like the feeling of me just exerting energy out here and just talking into the void is insane. Like it's mentally draining. It physically is exhausting. I'm out of breath all the time out here. Like there's no point to do this anymore when you can't enjoy my company. Because the parasocial dynamic is at 1,000 in here. There's nothing else that this offers. It's just you want to hang out with Michael. You're scared to say stuff because you think I'm going to ban you. That's a weird assumption. I mean, unless it's negative. I mean, then it's safe to assume that. But I mean, it's really simple. So you come in here because, you know, you're either bored or you want to just chill or whatever the case may be and listen. But it's not a sustainable thing, to be honest. Because I need this, I need your communication just as much as you need mine. And when it's a one-sided street, then we're done. So, because right now it's just pointless to do and you don't understand it. But what are we gaining from this? We're not getting new subscribers. We're not getting new viewers. We're not making money. None of that is happening right now. None of it. So what is this? I'm serious. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's time to make more effective fucking shit. It's time to make more effective shit. And it has nothing to do with streaming. It's time to make more effective shit. Put the time to good use and make some effective stuff. Instead of just sitting around and broadcasting for hours on end for, you know, two people that care, and then all of a sudden, you know, 24 hours later, they just start fucking saying you're a loser, and it's like, well, fuck those people. They're weirdos. Never seen such flaky people. Some of these people weren't even called out, and they got a bone to pick because, well, they're insecure. And that's really the problem. They're insecure. Movie react channel, but outside. No, I don't want to watch movies. That's time consuming to me. I don't want to watch movies. I don't like consuming things. I don't understand. Maybe you're not at my age, and maybe this won't happen when you're my age. But I think there will be a moment where it just hits you and you just stop caring about consuming things. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just me. And if it is, that's okay. I don't need to consume the latest music. I don't need to consume the latest movies. I don't need to consume the latest TV shows. I don't need to consume the latest games. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. Like, it just, none of it matters to me. What's the point? The best we've already heard, the best we've already experienced, the best we've already seen. So what's the point? The Beatles came out in 1963 to 1969. Okay, well, that was about 50-something years ago. That was 50 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, the pinnacle was already 50 years ago. We don't need to listen to music anymore. You got nearly a decade of music there. That's fine. Make short movies? No, we're trying to make effective content, but we're not trying to just put out content into the void. If that's what people prefer and like, then great. If that's what people like and prefer, then, we'll see. But I'm not going out of my way to make short movies. We're trying to make effective content, not content that people don't resonate with, which is what this is. The last video that did really well on this channel was the fucking Alan Wake 2 video, which when I filmed that, I didn't think it was going to get 100 fucking K views. That was really surprising. In fact, that video got more reviews than some actual reviews of the game, which is really crazy. I'm not explaining everything in here. You really think I'm that naive? Like, what the fuck? Effective content means that the comments are in relation to the damn content. That's really what it means, not off-topic bullshit. So, I've already said it multiple years ago. I said streaming kills your channel, and I really wanted to do it because I wanted to prove a point that is indeed what happens. And it's gotten pretty down to the point where it's like, well, the ship's almost at the bottom of the ocean floor, and that's cool. That's fine with me. I mean, it doesn't really bother me because we've already hit our goals, so doesn't really bother me. I've already hit the goal. That was the dream, to get the plaque, and we did it. So it took 13 years, but we did it. So why would I want to give any more energy to this? We already hit the goal. There's nothing more to prove. Sure, there's more goals, but I mean, there's not more goals, but I'm saying there's more levels to it if you really wanted to go there. There's other subscriber milestones and things of that nature, but it's just, there's no point. There's just no point. I mean, Input Funny, you literally said it best, and I don't know why you're not reacting to this, because maybe you don't remember, but I remember. And the fact that I remember actually speaks volumes. Because if I can remember your random comment from like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago or whenever that was, I don't remember when it was. Then I think that says everything. And you guys aren't communicating in here, and it's like, I don't want to go live every day just for an audience that I know is not going to communicate with me. It's a dead end. It's like driving down a road knowing that there's a dead end and doing it every day. It's insane. Like, you have to be insane to do this. It's like, why would I get in my car and drive down a road that I know has no outlet? It's the same thing as doing this. You know there's going to be a dead chat. You know very few people are going to come through, but you still continue to do it. But why? It's a dead end. So, one day you wake up and say, well, let's try to go down a different road. Because at least that isn't a dead end. And it might take a long time to get there, and it might not ever get there, but at least we know it's not a dead end for the time being. No, I know you remember what you're talking. Yeah, I know. That's what it was about. I know exactly. I was doing this stream. I don't remember when it was. It's probably about a year ago, maybe 2. I don't know. But you literally said like you're wasting your potential and you need to take the content elsewhere, basically. And it's true. Now so more than ever. But it's been true for fucking years. Like, I'm done with the clout chasing, the leeching, the fucking, hey, we're gonna take your videos and not even credit you. And even if they do, there's not even a boost in viewers. Like, how many people took that fucking meme and just ran with it and got millions of fucking views? Because they saw the opportunity to get views. And instead of saying, hey, this is the fucking guy that, this is the origin of it. of the fucking source of the content. They just sit there and like they bury that, and you know they want to promote their own shit, and it's like, really? Hey, who the fuck are these losers? That could never be me. Like, imagine being down so bad, you gotta just like, you gotta take this big viral meme and re-upload it for about a few million views, and then barely even credit, like, or at all, like, okay, whatever. And you could argue, well, they didn't know, and it's like, okay, well, that's laziness. They knew enough to know that it was going to bring them views, so should have did some more research. As much as it's excuse city is what it is. And you guys can't communicate in here. Why is it like this one-way like listening thing? It's weird. Like, I'd rather do a radio show. Literally, a radio show for 5 listeners at midnight. That's the dream show, actually. Fuck this viewer shit. Like, let's do something real fun. Public access radio, live call-ins at fucking midnight. Who's listening to this at midnight? This internet shit's so boring. Like, I want to go back to the old school roots of broadcasting, and that would be a lot of fun, but that doesn't exist anymore. That stuff doesn't really exist. So it's a different era. That would be a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun. I could do that every day. Can't do this every day, though, because I get no communication. Like, imagine if a radio DJ said call in and no one called in. Like, there's going to be dead air. He would have to fill the gap by rambling. And that's hard. I mean, it's not hard, but... And then imagine if he did that every day and asked for call-ins and no one called in. Or it was the same 2 callers, and it's like, this segment sucks because it's stale, it's boring, it's contrived. Like, doesn't make for a good show. Okay, but the public access radio doesn't exist. I don't know where you think that exists. I mean, it does, but they're not going to let some random dude come in there and fucking do their own show. Like, what are they getting out of it? Like, that's not how that works. Where's the communication? Hello? We can't do this tomorrow night. We just can't do it because you guys can't be bothered to show up. I'm serious. We just can't do it. Literally just can't do it. We got no communication in here. I'm tired of just like getting on my knees essentially and just begging you to communicate. Like, I mean, it's just, you know, obviously we're not literally doing that, but we're about ready to get on our knees soon. I'll tell you that. No support, no communication. I didn't throw the towel in. I went down with the ship. Just know that. So just know that. But when you can't find an audience to broadcast this to, then it's pretty much a lost cause. And then you'll have a bunch of fucking failed losers come in here and say, well, it shouldn't be about the views. And it's like, you're only saying that because you never made it. And you're just jealous that we ever had anyone watching our shit when you never did. It should never be about, like, never let anyone tell you that. Like, anyone that says that bullshit, like, they're fucking fake people. You shouldn't do it for the views or money. And it's like, no, fuck that shit. You should do it if that's why you want to do it. Who cares? If those are your reasons and you're good at it, what difference does it make? That's not how the world works because, well, all the McDonald's workers are passionate about what they do. They just love getting up in the morning and going to work, right? No, that's not how that works. So why should it be any different? Just because it's a creative endeavor? Like, no. If you're good at it and you don't have passion about it, who cares if you're doing it for money? Like, what? That's insanity. You think movies are made because they just want to make them for free? Like, really? Like, y'all need to get out of the basement. It's some crazy talk. You think movies are made because they have fun doing it? It's a business, bud. The fuck? Doesn't mean they're not having fun doing it. It's just, that's the main goal. So why don't you chastise Hollywood and everything you consume? Because it's all about money. But I guess that's just a conversation that's not ready for your peanut-sized brain, huh? Who cares? But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. You can fake it. You know how many people fake this shit? I can see through the bullshit because I've been on the other side of this. But a lot of people haven't. They don't make content. They're faceless. They're nameless. They don't know how to do any of this. And these days, you don't have to know how to do any of this stuff. You press one button and it'll do it for you. Oh, I didn't have that luxury. I didn't have that luxury when this started, so and I don't even know how to do half that shit, to be honest. That's harder to me than it is to do it manually, so I'm a boomer. Well, they want you to slave away because they're jealous that they have to work at the factory or something or whatever the case may be. And it's like, well, anyone can do this and they don't have to have talent. I'll tell you that for a fact, especially these days. Like, the pendulum has shifted so fucking far, it's not even funny. I don't understand. Like, you're talking to an old school fucking YouTuber here. Like, I've been doing this before 2011. Like, I've been doing this since the platform was basically a fucking thing. Not in 2005, but definitely by 2007. I was uploading videos. But it's like, you don't want to hear from me. And it's like, that to me is absurd. How you wouldn't sit there and say, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Some weird stuff. Weird energy in here. It's really sad. It's really sad. And it's all because, the tone of the voice. Like, you can't get up over the tone of the voice. Well, I'm not putting energy into it. It's not happening. Until you can show me that you have energy, I'm not putting energy into it. Because this is a totally dead chat in here. Why should I put any energy into this? You guys can't communicate with me. You refuse to. So why should I go live tomorrow night? No one's asking me no one's asking me when the next stream is. They don't care. Why would I care? It's a two-way street. It's supply and demand, bud. You learn that in Economics 101. If there's no demand, then why supply? You don't. It's a waste of everything. You guys can't communicate. The last time someone communicated was about a paragraph. It was a paragraph here, and that was about 10 minutes ago, probably at this point. Terrible chat. How do we go from yesterday, which was actually pretty decent energy compared to tonight, terrible support tonight, because people are busy or they're just tired of it? Really? Like, you're so tired of this stream because it was just such a long stream last night, right? It was just like 8 hours long, right? And you were just desensitized to the content. Bro, we were live for like 2 hours. We're not live every day anymore. Okay, we're not going live 3 times a day because it's not worth my time. I put fucking time into this shit. And losers wanted to get into the business for themselves, so fuck them. And you guys can't communicate in here. Why should I continue doing this? Because you like it? Okay, but your actions speak louder than words. You're not communicating with me. You can say you like the show, but you're not communicating. And I'm not saying it's a necessity, but, granted, there's 78 people in here, and we have over 100 plus members, and you're telling me that none of them can be bothered to communicate unless it's a negative topic? Well, then, yeah, maybe shut your mouth. Because if that's how it is, then you're on that fake fan behavior, and you're going to get banned because we don't want you in here. It's really that simple. In fact, I don't even know if I'm live. No one can confirm that I'm live. I don't even know if I'm talking to myself or not. We can't even get a 1 in the chat in here. No one in here can confirm if we're live or not. Jeez. I mean, it's just like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, why is it so hard? Why should we continue to make content? You can't even sell. I mean, you can't even come up with one reason on why we should even go live tomorrow. One reason. Because what? Someone's going to throw us 20 bucks, 30 bucks? If we're lucky, 100? No, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. I can go on Hollywood Boulevard and make 100 bucks a day way easier than this. Deadass. I guarantee that. That's not a hard game to play. This is a harder game to play. I'll tell you that right now. It would literally be easy for me to go on Hollywood Boulevard and put on a costume and make money that way. I'm not even trolling. It would dead ass be easier. 100%. We would make more than $37. That's what we made here in 92 minutes. I can make more than that in 92 minutes on Hollywood Boulevard. I can guarantee you that. So for anyone that's listening and saying, well, we love the show and it's just, you know, that's great, but there comes a point in time where we have to move on. And I think we're coming very close to that, more so than ever before. Because this is a lost cause. I can't keep up with this every you know. It's just there's nothing we can do to entertain you guys. It's an impossible feat. It literally is an impossible feat. I mean, you know. I can't even tell if we're live. I have no communication in here. I mean, I have no communication in here. You know, it's so funny because if this show were so off-putting, why do you come back to it? That's my question, because it doesn't make sense. If it's so off-putting, then why are you coming back to it? Ever. It doesn't make sense. If my voice is so condescending, if it's so abrasive, if it's just, you know, you're not getting the feel-good vibes, if it's so off-putting, why did you ever come back to it? You can't sit there and sell me that idea because it doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. And again, I can't even tell if we're live. Why should we continue right now? Why should we even continue right now? We got no communication in here tonight. Zero. No communication in here tonight. So instead of saying, you know what, Michael, I want you to continue. I love the streams. They're so amazing. And I'm not asking you to fill me up with bullshit, but it's just like, you can't even do that. You can't even do that. You can't even sit here and say, you know, Dub, you can't even sit here. No, you can't do any of that anymore, right? That's just an impossible. Okay, so why should we give you our time? I could be dissecting EA Sports College Football 25 right now for an audience that might care. Because maybe they don't want to spend 70 bucks on that game. And maybe they're looking for a different alternative take on it. That's what we could be doing. We could be editing a long video. We could be doing an analysis of it. That's what we could be doing. But instead, we're out here doing this, and it's a total waste of time. Because you guys can't even chat. I don't even know if we're live. And I guess you don't care if we're live. Hell, I'm starting to think we're not live. There's zero communication in here tonight. Where's Input Funny? Where's, hell, Nightbot's not even working. Oh, never mind, there it is. There's just no communication in here. And you want me to go live again? It ain't happening. We're done. This is the final stream. Let's get Vladimir banned. You want to bark? Yeah, I'll do it, and you won't be tuning in. I'll be sure to let you know that you won't be tuning in, and we're glad to not have you a part of it. So yeah, we'll go do it, so you don't have to fucking. Yeah, exactly. It's time to communicate. We are live. You know, it's ridiculous. I'm going down with the ship. That's fine with me. But just know that the passengers, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the luxury cruise over here. So the captain goes down with the ship. It's as simple as that. It shouldn't be that hard to communicate with it. It's not a members-only broadcast. So I don't know why you're coming in here and getting under the impression that this is a members-only broadcast when it's anything but that. Literally anyone can watch this stream, but I guess you click on it and you see that, well, it's only members chat, so you leave. Well, I can't help you with that. That has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with me. If that's where you're at, you know, whatever. Okay. We're gonna go wrap this up. Yeah, and we won't be live tomorrow. So if you see somewhere else that we're live, just know that I'm not live myself. I am not live. So we will not be going live tomorrow. Probably not. We're probably just done. So because there's just no point anymore. So, you know, I hate to say it for those that like the show and enjoy it. Quietly, you know, silently, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, not enough people are stepping up and you know, being supportive when they can. I mean, it's just the viewers are just too lazy. Quite frankly, they're just too lazy. So we want to find less lazy viewers and more proactive viewers, and you know, it's really that simple. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for people that just can't string together sentences. I mean, that's just tiresome. Yeah, well, I mean, I've made content for far too long on this channel anyway. I mean, what, now that we've hit the goal, I mean, there's really no point to continue. Really no point to continue, to be honest. In fact, that was pretty much the point where we said, okay, well, now we can actually stop making content because we've hit the goal. We don't need anything else. So you guys couldn't handle it. You guys couldn't handle it, so you'll have to watch a bunch of other nonsense streamers bitch and complain about other losers, and just a never-ending cycle with that garbage. But you know, you'll reminisce about this show eventually, and you'll be like, damn, this show was good. And it's like, yeah, it was fucking good, but you know what, we never had a fully compatible audience for it, so it had to go the way of the dinosaur. Not because the content was ever bad, but because the audience never showed up for it. So as good as it might have been, we never had an audience, and that's what happens. If the ratings aren't good, they cut the, they don't renew the season. So it's really that simple. There's plenty of TV shows that were great, but they never renewed it because the ratings were just not where they needed to be. It doesn't necessarily mean that the quality of the show isn't good. So you guys can't handle it.